service business that I consulted for was surrounding food delivery, right? Niche bakery goods specifically. And when I spoke to this person, they were in the conceptual stage. So they had drafted their marketing plan, the feature outlook, how their app was going to display, and how they were going to onboard these sellers to different marketing and sales pieces. Now, I spoke to the individual and I said, okay, so how long have you been working on this for? They had said 3 to 4 months. Now, for a business like that, 3 to 4 months is not a time frame you should be spending on the preparation for it. Okay. In those 3 to 4 months, you should be getting market validation or generating revenue to prove market validation. So when I dug deeper, I began questioning why that hadn't happened. So I'd say to the person, okay, so what is your value prop or what are your hurdles, right? You have to acquire customers, so B2C, right, the end user, but you also have to onboard merchants and vendors, so the bakeries distributing these goods. Now, the person said to me, when I asked them how they were going to onboard the vendors, they said, oh, we're going to just go in and, we're going to ask for them to upload their account and upload their stock and eventually we're going to get them sales. And I kind of stopped and I was like, okay, this is now the bottleneck for you, right? They couldn't get sellers on board through that method. Now, they struggled, right? This is really important to note. They struggled to onboard those merchants because the merchants had to devote time and effort, right? Time and effort or money, right? Into a project that really had no validation. What I needed them to do is I needed them to show validation before they went to the sellers. Or at the very least, incur no time and effort cost. The recommended approach that we ended up having was to create a method where every merchant, right, every seller could be onboarded by us, right? And we could begin taking sales for them with the permission granted so that we could show validation and revenue. Now, the interesting power dynamic here is now that we're generating revenue for these businesses, well, we can take them off, but they're a lot more willing to comply once we're making them money. So the conclusion to that would be, instead of leading with hopes and promises, because everyone can do that, niche down and provide value from the get-go. In this instance, sales without any onboarding, without any hassle, straight money.